in, my spooky people! I am so excited. But, quick reminder, I have a Discord now! If you are at all interested in joining my Discord and talking about your own projects and what I'm working on, you'll be able to get previews of what I'm working on, be able to participate in polls that will influence my projects in these upcoming videos, and, you know, just have a conversation about crafting and spooky things and thrifting and even machines. So please, if you are interested, check out that link, and I cannot wait to chat with you. But onto this video. Years and years ago, I bought a skeleton dress from Spirit Halloween. It was okay. I ended up buying a dress that was a little bit too big so that I could alter it down to my shape and size and actually sort of have what it was supposed to do. Even then, it wasn't that great, still didn't fit fantastic, and it was that plastic stretchy material with just a printed vinyl skeleton on it, and it was okay. It wasn't that great. It didn't really quite scratch the itch for a skeleton dress, but at the time, it was all I could do. I didn't know how to sew back then. But I know how to sew now, and I want a better skeleton dress. So we're gonna do that. I have a concept sketch that I am pretty happy with, and I think it depicts the shape language that I really want to go for, along with the general vibe. But for this dress, I know that I don't actually have a pattern that would be close enough that I can just alter and make into what I want. So I am self-drafting this one, and to do that, I'm going to drape some bed sheets on my mannequin and just go from there. So let's go make my new skeleton dress.
So here is my concept for this project. I want to do something pretty fitted, which isn't something that I normally go for, but I've been seeing these mermaid dresses around and I've always wanted one because they just look so pretty and I love the shapes that they create. I also have some detached sleeves that I'm going to attempt to flare out, even though I've never really been super successful with those, so I'm gonna try it anyway and just hope for the best. For the skeleton, I don't want it to just be a flat white something printed on top of the dress, so I think I'm going to make it out of lace and some ribbon to give it some sort of interesting texture. This is not going to be the most anatomically accurate skeleton, if you can't really tell from the sketch. I'm not going for accuracy here, I'm just going for a vibe, and I think this gets it close enough for me.
Hello, Crafting Goblin K here, because I didn't feel like putting makeup on. I'm gonna start by draping on Manny here. I'm just gonna start draping this. I'm going to use some bed sheets. I think I'm going to stick with some knot stretch and make this like fitted kind of. I've got my concept sketch pulled up on a monitor so I can reference that while I'm going. I think I want to have it boned, and I think I want to have like some corset ties in the back to like really pull in the waist and like make that all look nice. Not really a whole lot else to say. I think I'm just gonna jump right on in and start draping this and see if I have something dress shaped by the end of today. So let's go do that.
So what I'm doing here is just laying a bedsheet over my dress form. I'm gonna pin it in place and then figure out where I want my seam lines. This is just to give me a starting point on the project, and I know this first version is not going to fit.
Alright. Well, there's two very rough shapes for front and back, so I'm gonna transfer these to some wrapping paper and then make an actual mock-up, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so here is the mock-up where we're at right now. There's a lot of issues with this, honestly. The length is not quite there, but I think I need to mess with some other things first. The gores need to change. They are kind of high up, a little bit short. The gores, you can tell are right there. Not in the best place, but I can kind of fix that and move it around just a little bit. What I'm going to focus on right now are the hips, because I would like this to be a little bit tighter lower down, so I'm going to adjust all of those curves and actually have it go down for the hips a little bit. The back is pretty long at the top, so I'm getting this bubble happening. I think the front up here looks okay. We're getting weird puckers down by my stomach, which is not super great. I want to adjust the main dart right here. It's too long. I think I can end the dart right probably here at like the very top of my thighs. Have that flare just a teeny tiny bit with like the adjustment I'm gonna do there. I love these little corset panels. These I think turned out great. I don't have zip ties in them right now because I'm not worried about that. So I've got a lot of adjustments that I'm going to work on and do next, and I'm really happy with neck. I think that this little neck piece is perfect. I love it. I think this front is just long enough. Maybe I can take it down a little bit, adjust this like curve right here. Next up, I'm adjusting the pattern. I'm pretty much going to adjust everything and we'll try it again. I think we got pretty close, honestly. As much as there is wrong, this is a really good starting point because it mostly fits. It's just a little bit weird and I've just got some nitpicking fit issues that I want to work out because I am really aiming for that silhouette. Like I don't think I've ever designed something that I just need before. So yeah, I'm really excited about it, but that also means I need to be really careful about the final fit and make sure it all actually looks right as a foundation layer. So let's go work on the next round of adjustments. Okay, so mock-up number 2. Honestly, I'm kind of happy with. It's not anywhere close to what I need it to be. My back adjustment to make it a little bit shorter, that definitely helped. We're going to ignore the fact that I did a seam inside out there because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I was just trying to get this done. But anyway, it's still not at all where I want it to be, right at my hips. I'm still looking for more of this kind of fit here. This will give me like some good walking space. That'll do that. I really need to adjust the hips down there. The gores are happening right where I want it to flare out, so I'm happy with the gores in that shape. The neck is hitting right where I want it to be. However, I absolutely hate these darts. I am so done with these darts. They do not serve me. They don't look good. Instead of these like long darts, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some bust darts. So up here and then underneath this. It's gonna be kind of a complicated adjustment to the pattern piece, but honestly, I think it's gonna be a lot better than having these long darts and then end in a weird spot and make things look weird. So yeah. I'm not gonna touch the back pattern piece too much other than to adjust my hip curve here, and then I'll work on the next mock-up. So on to making the next round of adjustments. Yeah, I feel like I went backwards on this one. I'm not happy. It finally fits around the thighs, so I guess that win I'll take. I would still like it to keep going, but meh. The front is a mess now. I mean, I kind of expected that to happen when I changed the type of dart that I was using, and I do like what the darts are trying to do, but I do think I need to move it in on the side a little bit and definitely adjust the center line to kind of follow a bust type shape, because yeah, this is not great and I don't like it and I'm kind of sad. Got a lot to adjust again. Back at it. I am so happy with this. I think this looks pretty good. Honestly, the only thing I'm not happy about is this weird little beak thing that's happening at the bust, but I know exactly how I'm gonna fix that. And yeah, the only other thing I need to really do is lengthen this. It's not quite to the floor. I think I've got a good like 4 inches I need to add on to the very bottom, but I haven't really been worried about it because it's not going to affect the fit or anything. So I'm going to add the length, fix the weirdness, and just go for it and make the final dress. I'm really happy with this dress. I think it looks really good so far. I feel very flattered in this dress. It is hugging the curves in just the right spot. Seeing it on me now, I'm excited. I'm just very excited. Let's go make the final one.
The mock-up stage unfortunately took a long time for this dress, but it was worth it to put in the effort to make it fit just right. I think this step alone took me around a week, but once I was happy with it, I took my pattern and a couple heavier non-stretch curtains to my kitchen to be a floor goblin for a moment. My work table is not nearly big enough to cut these large pattern pieces, so floor it is. Construction is pretty simple for this dress. Once it's all cut out, I'll head back to my work table and pin the darts as well as the center front seam. Then I'll sew those with a 5/8 seam allowance. For the most part on this dress, I'm not going to worry about finishing seams that won't be seen. This is not going to be worn very often. Next, I'll sew the gores onto both of the side seams on the front pieces and on one half of the center back. I'll then sew the center back seam using longer stitches at the top to be picked out later after I install a zipper. At this point I am waiting on a zipper to ship to me, so I'll go ahead and sew the side seams of the sleeves closed. Because the inside of these sleeves will be easily seen, I'll use French seams to make it look nice and then roll the hems on the top and the bottom edges. Lastly, I'll go ahead and mark where the bones will be on these sleeves, which I'll make and add later. Next, I'm going to construct the lacing panels for the back. I'm sewing two rectangles together with right sides facing in at one side. I'll then flip it right side out and sew two boning channels with a gap big enough between them to fit some grommets. After fitting some bones into the boning channels, I'll add bias tape on the top and bottom edges of both panels and install the grommets. Once those are done, I will sew those into the sides of the back piece. The next day, and once my zipper came in, I'll install that into the pressed center back seam. And once that's finally installed, I can sew up the side seams connecting the front and the back of the dress. Next, I need to finish the arm's eye since I don't have sleeves attached or any shoulder seams. I'm just doing a small rolled hem here, but I'm only rolling it once. I'll then sew on the collar and do a rolled hem at the bottom of the dress, and that is construction done.
Who is she? Oh! This is amazing. I love this dress. Oh my goodness. I feel so pretty in this dress. I feel like it is showing off all the good bits and even some of the bits that I may have a little bit of insecurity about. I love this dress so much. This is like the best kind of confidence booster ever. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I honestly might make me just like a second blank version of this dress like this again because I love it so much, and I can definitely see myself wanting to wear something like this a little bit more often now that I know it exists. I am beyond happy with how this turned out. This is so gorgeous. I feel amazing wearing this. Like, confidence boost that this gives me alone is just obscene. It really is. I am so happy I decided to do this little corset detail in the back, because I mean otherwise this dress is great, but like without that it's a little bit not quite as shapely, and like it's even comfortable to walk around in, like because the flare is just like right up here, right where like my legs kind of move but don't quite separate, so like it's perfect. Next steps, because this isn't even done. I'm going to put a skeleton on it. What I think I'm gonna do, because I honestly suck at symmetry, I'm going to grab some more wrapping paper, kind of make a template just for the front of the dress. I think I'm going to mark the skeleton bits and bobs on that, and then cut it out, trace it onto the dress, and then sew on the lace. So it sounds like it's simple. It's probably not going to be simple. I have a feeling just the drawing bit is going to take me a whole nother day, and I'm going to jump right on into that. So let's do that.
Huge shout out to my Discord people for helping me decide how I want to layer this. I sent out a poll and you chose to have this white lace overlapping a white ribbon to create my bones. This gives it enough texture and makes it not just be flat white sewn on top of the dress. Link for the Discord is in the description if you'd like to help out on future projects as well. Constructing the bones was a bit of a process. I have this ribbon, which I'll use as a base layer for each of the bones. If I need a larger piece, I'll sew the edges of the ribbon segments together, then press it flat. I'll then trace the bone shape onto the ribbon, cut it out, and then burn and melt the edges so there are no fraying bits. After that, I'll take the ribbon bone to my sewing machine and just sew on some lace to create texture. Off screen, I used my sleeves as testers to make sure I would like how it all looks. But when I was happy, I made all of the rest of the bones for the skeleton in the same way. Cut it out of ribbon, burn the edges, add the lace. I'm using my sewing awl to help me sew the lace onto the ribbon, especially around all the curves and tight turns. With each bone, I'll outline it in a thinner lace, press it all flat, and then add more to the insides if I need it to fill it in and keep it all flat. Once I had all of the bones constructed, I then pinned it to the dress and then sewed all of the edges by hand with as little tension as possible. And now off to the final reveal!
Perfect.
I am so beyond happy with this. I love this dress so much. I think it is absolutely perfect. I said it earlier, but the fit is so great. When I was putting the lace together, I was only doing a whip stitch, so if I ever decide to, and I might, I probably can take all of the bones off, put them in a bag with a pattern for the dress, and be able to wear the dress as its normal base layer. But as a skeleton dress, I love it so much. It is so perfect, and I am so excited to show this off. So what went well, what didn't go so well? What went well is I think the fit is fantastic. I think I got it really close to my concept sketch. I love these sleeves. I am a sucker for large sleeves. I really tried to not go so huge, but whoops. What didn't go so well, the fit is a little bit strange. As much as I love how it looks on me, I do have to acknowledge that there are some weird wrinkles happening underneath my bust, which if I really tried, I could have gotten rid of during the mock-up phase. I don't think I really caught it, but that's fine. Even with the wrinkles, I think it looks really cute and kind of moves and things. Bones move around with the wrinkles, and I think it just looks great. This was such a massive project, and I am so happy that I did this and that I pushed through it and I finished it, because there were multiple parts, especially applying my bones, that I was worried that it wasn't good enough, that it didn't look enough, that it was kind of cartoony, and yeah, she's We've got some thick bones. There's some weird anatomy going on. There's not nearly enough spinal column. That's really thick. The anatomy's not 100%. That's fine. I was definitely not going for like perfect anatomy with this. Just skeleton and close enough to spooky. And I think I hit that vibe perfectly. I think I got the silhouette as close to my concept sketch as I could have gotten. Even with the fit issues being the way they are, I think this dress, I don't think I could have done any better. I'm so happy. I am so tired. My hands hurt a lot from all of the sewing that I did. Yeah, I think I've earned a couple days off here. I don't think there's a whole lot else I can really say about this dress. I'm really happy it came out and I was able to bring a vision to life like I did with this. So let me know what you thought about this dress in the comments. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more. Remember, my Discord is in the description if you want to join and talk about crafts and things. And if you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and comment with a skull emoji. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!